Okay, confidence is something that can unlock a lot of possibilities in your life. And for some people, this is something natural, and for other people, it's something that they need to work on. Everyone can become confident, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you the only thing you need to keep in mind to truly become confident in yourself and who you are. Okay, when it comes to confidence and becoming more confident, the only single thing that has helped me personally to become more confident and more grounded in myself is this concept that I'm going to share with you in this video. And this concept is all about energies, it's all about energy and thoughts. And I want to share this with you guys because I think it's something that could actually truly help you become more confident in all situations in life. So let me try to explain. So when I say that it's all about energies, what do I mean by that? Well, step number one is to stop focusing so much on what people are gonna think about you, people's opinions, etc., etc. And I actually have a video, a separate video on that topic, so I'm gonna link that video here in the description box below. And I would advise you to watch that video as well, because in that video I explain more in depth when it comes to like how to stop caring, what steps to take, and how to actually stop caring about people's thoughts and opinions. So check that video out first. It's linked here below. And that's step number one, because when you stop focusing so much on what people are going to think about you, people's thoughts and opinions, it's so much easier to feel confident because you're focusing less on external factors, external circumstances, and more on yourself. And that is also that leads me into the main concept that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm gonna try to share this screen, like this board here, and it's a little bit big, so it's hard to share the whole screen at the same time. So let me just do like this first. So here we have like a typical situation. Here's a person, and you can consider like these red dots as energy fields, like energy fields or thoughts. It's where you put your like brain and focus on. It's where you focus your energy and thoughts on. So focusing a lot on like your flaws and like the mistakes you have done in your life, things that you lack, people's opinions. When you do that, you are putting the focus on the lack and on things outside of your own control, because you cannot control what people think about you. People are gonna have thoughts about you, and you cannot really control it. You can only control yourself, your own thoughts, etc. So, and in this example, like for example, flaws. I mean, no one is perfect. We all have flaws. We have all done mistakes in your life, and but you can choose how you perceive it. So instead of seeing it as flaws or mistakes, because when you do that, again, like I said, you're focusing your energy and thoughts outside of your own body. You see, you have the red dots outside of yourself here. Whereas in this example, let me try to show you this image. I'm gonna put it like this so you can see both images at the same time. So here in this situation, in this image, we have a situation where a person is more focused on themselves instead. So again, the energy, like the red color here is energy and thoughts. And in this situation, instead of having the focus and energy outside of yourself on external circumstances, you are focusing more on yourself, your core, who you truly are, etc. And that can be, for example, instead of like here, seeing it as flaws, see it more as flaws. You see what I mean? Like you can see your flaws, the flaws in your personality in many different ways. So, for example, if you are just an example, like maybe you have a weird sense of humor, maybe you have a certain way of speaking, or other like quirks in your personality, because we all have quirks and no one is perfect. Try to see these flaws as something, as strengths instead, as something that really defines who you are, because that's unique for you. So focus more on what enriches you as a person and your life, rather than what you don't have, like the lack, the flaws, the mistakes, people's opinions. Put the focus and energy back to yourself, to your core being, who you are. And that can also be apart from seeing flaws as, strengths. It could also be like focusing on your accomplishments, all the things you have accomplished in your life, no matter if it's like jobs you have landed, or people you have dated, or money you have won, or whatever it is. It can be even small things. It doesn't have to be big things like, oh, I became a millionaire at that time, because find realistic examples in your life, but it can be small things like, I had the courage to do this, or I took a driver's license, and that's something I was scared of, or I traveled alone, wherever it is. In my situation, it can be, for example, because I have been traveling a lot in my life, so accomplishments in my situation could be focusing on the fact that I have traveled a lot on my own and managed a lot of difficult situations that you need to do when you travel alone. And when I remind myself of that, that helps to build my confidence, because I realize that, I have done so much in my life, so there is nothing to be nervous of, because I can do so many things with my body, with myself, and that helps to build my confidence. So focusing on the accomplishments in your life, seeing your flaws as your strengths, and focusing on what you do have, the experiences and what you do have, instead of the things that you lack. And because you can choose what you focus on. So, for example, let's say you have been very unlucky in dating, and you have been on, I don't know, 100 dates, and only one of them have been successful. Well, instead of focusing on the 99 dates that have been unsuccessful, focus your energy on the one date that has been successful, and see it as a proof that, I had one successful date, and that date went really well. It was really amazing. We had a good time. We exchanged phone numbers and so on. I mean, focus on what you do have instead of what you don't have, even if the majority of the things are like the 99 dates that have been successful. Even if there's only one successful date out of 100 dates, focus on that one date. Or other examples, like, for example, maybe you have been struggling to find a new job. Instead of focusing on the fact that, oh my gosh, it's so difficult for me to land a new job, I'm so unlucky when it comes to my professional life, etc., etc. Instead of focusing on that, focus on the examples you can find in your life when you have been lucky. Maybe you have, I don't know, 10 years ago you landed a job that was really difficult, and you were competing with, I don't know, 500 applicants, and you landed that job. Well, focus your energy and thoughts on that example instead. Remind yourself, like, oh yeah, but this time, that one time back in the day, I actually landed a really nice job. And so focus on that instead, because that's going to prove to you that you have been lucky in your life, you have been doing amazing things, and that's going to help you to build your confidence. So essentially what I want to say is, the main message of this video is, I want to tell you to focus more on, put the energy back to yourself. Okay, put the energy back to yourself. Find positive examples instead of putting the energy away from yourself, from your own body. You want to have this energy field, like your thoughts are energies. You want to have the energy field back center, back on yourself, back focused on yourself, not out here, like focusing on the things you don't have, things you lack, what people think about you, and so on and so on and so on. The things you currently don't have. You want to focus on yourself, what you have. You want to focus on yourself, who you truly are, and what you actually have. Because when you do that, it becomes so much more easy to feel more confident. Whereas in this situation, if you are constantly worrying about things you don't have, people's opinions, and putting the energy and focus back outside of your own body, of course it's going to be difficult to feel more confident, because you become so aware of yourself and what people are going to think about you, and you are focusing on things you don't have and your flaws. So stop doing that. Instead, focus on yourself. Put the energy field back to yourself, to who you are, and find good positive examples. When you're feeling insecure, like for me, for example, when I'm feeling insecure, because we all feel insecure sometimes, when I'm feeling insecure in a situation, I just remind myself quickly, like, oh my god, but I have done so much in my life. I have traveled alone, I have done this and that, I've challenged myself in a lot of ways, and that helps me to become more confident again. So whenever I feel a little bit insecure, I remind myself of this image, this. I remind myself of the accomplishments in my life. I remind myself of the flaws and see them as my strengths instead. See my quirks as strengths in my personality. I focus on what I do have instead of focusing on the fact that I'm not a millionaire. I focus on the fact that, but at least I have a house. I have a beautiful house. I can buy food. I focus on what I do have instead of what I don't have, and that helps to build my confidence. So this is essentially what I want to share with you guys, and I hope this can help you to feel more confident as well, because I think this is what it all comes down to when it comes to confidence. Focusing more on yourself, what you have, and finding good examples. Essentially centering your energy back to yourself. Centering your energy back to yourself and what you have instead of what you don't have. Like focusing so much on things around you, external things, what people think, blah, 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 stop doing that. Put the energy back to yourself, your core, your being, and what you have done in your life. And that's going to help you to build that confidence you want. But again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I would also advise you to watch the other video that I have about how to stop caring about people's opinions, because that's also key. Like I mentioned here, people's opinions, like handling that and stop worrying about that so much is something that is definitely going to help you to become more confident. So I would strongly advise you guys to watch that video as well. It's going to be linked here in the box below. And yeah, I think that's all, guys. I want to keep this video fairly short. But thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe, because I will be posting more of these videos in the future. And yeah, that's it, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.